I don't know why there's a star there. Okay. So this is some more on rational functions, but today we're going to actually start with the graph and try to write the equation. But before we do that, we have some warm-ups about what's on the upcoming quiz. Can someone help me list all the possible rational zeros of this? Does anybody remember what that means we have to do? Does this bring back a little bit what you're talking about? So what's the constant? What are all the factors of 25? Okay. And the factors of the leading coefficient. Okay, remember, I'm not okay with you leaving that. You need to write that out, what that means. So 1 over 1, 5 over 1, 25 over 1, 1 over 3, 5 over 3, and 25 over 3. Everybody okay? All right. For the question on the quiz, the next part would be to graph this and find a real zero. I really wish I had put a picture up here of this. It's not 1 or -1, I don't think. Somebody try 5 or just graph it. And because we're supposed to find all the roots. And remember, this starts with graphing and finding a rational one. One-third? -1/3? Can do trace and try them. -5/3 works? Oh, this is going to be fun. Here we go, guys. 3, 5, -15, and -25. Okay, someone with a calculator. Actually, they shouldn't need one for this. -5/3 times 3. -5. Ooh, I think we can handle the next one too. Okay, -15 times -5/3. Okay. So we found 1 by checking these. What's left here? 3x squared minus 15. Okay. I can take a 3 out of that. Are the other 2 rational? No, what are the other 2? Plus or minus the square root of 5. There was only 1 nice 0, and then you have to be able to find the other ones by synthetic division. Is this making sense? Okay, so 2 things you would have to do on the quiz, just so we're clear. The zeros were at -5/3, square root of 5, and negative square root of 5, and I don't care how you write that. But what is the factored form of this then? X minus square root of 5, x plus square root of 5. Is that the right answer? This is a huge deal for the quiz. What does the leading coefficient have to be? 3. Okay? We factored it out right here. And actually, on the quiz, I would be okay if you left this x squared minus 5 for those 2. In the factored form, I don't care. It says underneath you can either leave it with irreducible factors or linear factors. So we could have left it, and we could have even left it 3x plus 5 and x squared minus 5. All right. One more. Factors of what? Somebody start typing and graph this baby for me. Factors of 9 over, factors of 5. So what's the list look like? 1, 3, 9, 1/5, 3/5, and 9/5, and plus or minus. The good news is fifths are decimals, nice decimals, right? But all right, so we graph and we see that 3/5 works. Okay. 5, and they're not this messy on the quiz, by the way. But there are radicals at the end, is my point. Bring down the 5 is 3, 0, 0, negative 15 times that is, I'm guessing 9, negative 9. Yes, it would be negative 9. Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, if we take out a 5, we have x squared minus 3. So where are all the zeros? 3/5. Square root of 3, negative square root of 3. Got that from here. Okay. Factored. Anyone? X minus 3/5. Okay. And she mentioned the 5 already, right? We've got to have the leading coefficient if we're not going to put it in one of the parentheses. And then I would be fine with this. Okay. Anybody need to take a picture of one of these? I promise we'll do another one before the quiz next week, but good? Okay. This is a little more warm up for what we're doing today. You don't have this one either, but we're supposed to write a rational function. Help me out. If it has an x-intercept at 0, what has to be true? Look on your yellow sheet if you need to. How do you find an x-intercept? It has to make the top equal to 0. So I need an x. Okay, x-intercept at 4. Vertical asymptote at 1. Vertical asymptote at 6. Horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. Has to be bottom heavy, so we need something in the denominator. Can I do this? No. That would make a hole, which would mean there wasn't a 0 at 0. It's got to be what heavy? Bottom heavy. So I need something in the denominator, right? Could I just throw something down there? Okay. Now it's bottom heavy. Yes, actually you could do this. Okay. All right. X-intercepts at 2 and negative 3, where do those go? Vertical asymptote at 4. Point discontinuity at negative 5, 0. Yes? Okay, but is that going to give us a 0? I vote we just stop here because I think this is a little more than we want. But when we cancel, if we put a negative 5 in, it has to come out 0. So we'd have to find a way to make that true. We're just going to go with it has a hole at negative 5 and call it a day. All right, here we go. This is worksheet 13. What can you tell me about this graph? First of all, let's talk about what this means. In words, what is this saying? Does anybody know? As x goes to the left, as we go far off to the left, this graph is going up. Yes, it's going up. okay? As we go far off to the what? To the right, this graph is also going up. All right, this is weirdness you've not seen before. This reads, as x approaches 3 from the right. And the one underneath says, as x approaches 3 from the left. So the first one means as I'm coming from the right and get closer and closer to 3, what's the graph doing? Up. As I get closer and closer to 3 coming from the left, it's also going up. But that's not always true, right? So when we look at one like this, see if this is an intercept at, if there's an asymptote here at x equals 4, as you come from the left and you come from the right, they're going to be different. Does that make sense? Okay, we're going to talk about that. All right. What can you tell me about the graph? Vertical asymptote at 3. Good job. So what does that mean? X minus 3 on the bottom. Good job. Is there any other vertical asymptotes? Okay. What else do you know? I think there's a 0 at -3. So that means x plus 3 up here. Anybody have another suggestion about this? What is it actually doing there? And over here? Okay. Right now, what degree is the top? And the bottom? So if we divide that out, we'd get a degree 3, which means the end behavior looks like a cubic. Does that seem right to you? No, the end behavior looks to me like a parabola. Okay, there's a weird rule that says when you have an asymptote, whoa, the behavior on either side will go opposite directions as long as it's there once. If you have an asymptote with the behavior on either side going the same direction, it's kind of like a bounce. So this is going to be squared. Now what are we at? This is not on the quiz. We're just, a lot of this stuff will reinforce ideas you have already. So we're at degree 4 over degree 2, which if we divided out an x to the 4th by an x squared, we'd get s squared. We're looking pretty good. The only other thing we could try to figure out is this point. If I put a 0 in right now, what do I get, guys? X plus 3 would be 3 squared, yes. X minus 4 squared would be 16. And down here, x minus 3 squared, we get 16. What are we trying to get? 24. Lovely. So there's some stretch. What stretch would make a 24 out of a 16? 3 halves. So we could put a 3 up here and a 2 down here. All right. Honestly, I didn't break out my key, so I kind of have zero confidence that I remember this. So let's type it in and see. It is gross, but we can do this. Parenthesis, parenthesis. Someone want to hit the lights? 3 parenthesis x plus 3 quantity squared. Parenthesis x minus 4 quantity squared. Close the whole top. Divided by, did I mess up anything yet? Yeah, why do I have an extra parenthesis up here? I think I don't need that first one, do I? well, one of these I don't need. One around the whole top, and then each of these quantities. Yes, thank you. That's better. Okay. And down here I have 2 parentheses x minus 3 quantities squared. Round, close the whole denominator. What is the window over there, guys? It's negative, is it negative 8 to 8, kind of? And the bottom? The 100 is the max? Negative 25 to 100, maybe? Okay, we want it to look like theirs. Ooh, ooh, how do we do? What do we need to check? We could, yeah, that's the one I was really worried about. It goes through 0.24, right? Yeah, I'm pretty confident that the other ones, like 4, are good. All right, let's see if we learned anything by this fun. Okay, let me clear all the ink off this disaster. All right, I'm going to call on some people. Andrew, tell me one thing you know. What? There's an asymptote at 4, so what? Good job. Ariana, tell me one thing you know. Oh, okay, yeah, there is an asymptote, another asymptote there. It's x equals -1 though, right? That's okay. So what does that mean? Okay. Now, anybody want to help me fill some of these in? What do you got? Far left, it's... Yes. Do you see that, guys? On the far left, it gets closer and closer to that asymptote. On the far right? Okay. -1 coming from the left. Okay? That's this. As I get closer to -1, coming from the left. As I get close to -1, it's going down. See that now? As I get close to -1, if I were coming from the right, oh my goodness, yes, if I could draw, be really helpful. Do you see it now? You got to kind of be watching when I do it or it don't make any sense. All right, this says as I'm getting close to +4 from the left. So that's this piece. All right, let me use a different color to say 4 from the right is going up. Okay, the whole point of that has to do with what we just talked about. If it's going opposite directions on either side, do we need a squared? No. Okay. What do we need some more of? Somebody who hasn't... Blurta, can you tell me like something about the top? Good job. Reagan, you got one? X plus 3 seems like it goes up top. Okay, right now, what's going on with our end behavior? It's equal weight. So it should approach leading coefficient over leading coefficient. And what is it approaching? 20. So if we put a 20 on the top, I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if there's anything else we have to do. Let's graph this bad boy. I'm going to cheat and leave that equation in for my other classes so I don't have to keep retyping this. Okay. Oh, I got to have a parenthesis first. Parenthesis, tell me what to type. 20 x minus 2 plus 3. Okay. Close, close, divided by, open, open. I suppose if I was cruel, I could make you FOIL these together. To what purpose, right? All right, window. This time negative 10 to 10 and what? Negative 75 to 75. Does that look like it? If I do a trace 0, I get 30. Does it look like that could be where it's crossing here is 30? It's a little hard to tell, right? But here's 25 and it's crossing up here somewhere and this is 50. So could that be 30? Yeah, it seems okay to me. All right. Here we go. Number 3. Anybody thinking these are kind of fun yet? I like these. Okay, hater, tell me one thing, Patrick. Okay. Good job. Melanie, can you tell me something? Yep. Perfect. It has to do with his computer program when he made the worksheet a million years ago, what it would and wouldn't do. So some he hand drew in and some the computer connected when he did it. Trinity, can you tell me anything? Anybody want to help her out there? It is bouncing there. Becca, what about you? Yeah, that looks like 5, doesn't it, guys? Okay. Right now it's what? It's top heavy. Any ideas? Why would we square that one? No. Nope, no holes, but do you on either side of an asymptote, if you don't square it, it should go like this. If you square it, they both go this or this, depending on where you're at. But yes, it's a volcano on either side here, so I'm thinking that Blurch is right. We need to square that. Now, what else do we need? Now, are we the same weight, top and bottom? Okay, so you're thinking of 10? Goodness, you're so far ahead of me. Someone type it in. Does it work? Can I not type it in if someone else types it in? Not if I make them do it themselves. Because they don't believe me if I don't? X minus 2 quantity squared x plus 5. X minus 4 quantity squared x plus 2. Window. Okay, and negative 75, 75, same as last one. That's nice. How's that looking? Does it look just like theirs? We are good. All right. So should I leave you to do the last one on your own? Oh, we didn't do all that? You guys can do that, yes? Okay. Far right. 10, far left. Negative 2 from the left. Negative 2 from the right. Positive 4, yes, from both sides are up, right? So infinity, infinity. Okay. All right. What's wrong? I think it's staying at 0. It's okay. Wait a minute. Help me out. It can cross the horizontal asymptote. But I'm pretty sure it's y equals 0. It's the end behavior we're supposed to use here. We'll check it. See if it comes out right. Help me. Far left. 0. Far right. -2 from the left. -2 from the right. +3 from the left. And +3 from the right. Okay, so the fact that that was true tells me what? X minus 3 squared in the denominator. We good? Okay. Tabitha, can you tell me something else? Yes, x minus 2 is also an asymptote, so x plus 2 in the denominator. Ariana? X plus 6. Yeah, I think it's cross. We'll go with those two. Okay, right now we're bottom heavy, which would approach y equals 0. Okay. So yeah, the only other thing is if we put in a 0, do we get out of 40? Well, if I put in, so I'm going to write 40 equals k times. I'm putting in a 0. What do I get on top? -36, because I get 0 plus 6, 0 minus 6 multiplied together. In the denominator, I'm putting in a 0, and I get 2 times 9, which is 18. 40 equals -2k. I'm thinking k is -20? Where am I doing? Look at my screen up here. Okay. Come on, work for me. -20, then what? X plus 6, x minus 6. Then what? Oh, close the top. Divided by, open the bottom, open again, x plus 2, x minus 3 squared, close the whole bottom. Window? Okay, so I can leave it. How do we do? Does that look right? Yeah. Look how it crosses here, guys. You didn't have faith that it would cross the horizontal asymptote. If I put in a 0, I get out 40. Whew, we rock. All right, everybody have worksheet 13 done? Yeah. Okay, worksheet 12. I put up earlier, take out 12 and 13. Okay, this is the warm-up for this. Okay, what degree is this? Is this polynomial even degree or odd degree? How do you know? Okay, it is because both ends are up, right? It also looks like an even function because it looks symmetric to the y-axis. Okay, is the leading coefficient positive or negative? Okay, is the function even, odd, or neither? I just gave that away. Because of y-axis symmetry, okay? Both ends up. Was this one? Why is x squared a factor of this? Okay, bounces at 0. What is the minimum degree of this polynomial? Holy moly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turning points means it is at least degree 8. Okay. Now, it says find a bunch of different equations, and why could we do a whole bunch of equations that would give us the same shape? Yeah, we don't know. We don't have any scale, right? We don't have any scale anywhere. Okay. If I call this -5, -4, -2, 0, 2, 4, maybe I'll change that to a 6. How's that? Can you write an equation for me? Y equals, if it has a 0 at -6, and it has a 0 at both, right? X minus 6, okay? That takes care of those. X plus 4, X minus 4. X plus 2X minus 2. It's not 1X out in front. It's an X squared because it is bouncing. Okay. Odds are your homework. Would you like me to go through the odds with you real fast right here?
Yeah.
Everybody got out worksheet 12? Because this is your homework for this weekend. Does anybody remember what the definition of a polynomial function is? Okay. It has to graph as a smooth continuous curve. No jumps, sharp turns, etc. The exponent powers have to all be positive integers. All right. And it can't have a denominator with x's in it. So what's number 11? That graph is a smooth continuous curve, the cubic, right? Okay. So that was a yes. I'm not writing down answers because I want you to be paying attention. We're doing 13. It has a denominator, but doesn't have an x. Wouldn't that just be like 1/2 minus 1/2 x squared, which would be a parabola, right? So that one is 15. That is a no. 17.
No.
Yeah, I think it's got to be integer asymptotes. Someone could graph that, but I'm pretty sure it's just a no. 19. Someone's going to be... You graph this one? Oh. It is still yes. Pi is just a number, right? The coefficients can be anything. This is a yes. 21? Yeah. All right. We're only doing odds. This is your homework. I think I'm not going to be... Oh, these are just yes or no again, I think. What does it say? Identify if it could be a polynomial function, list the real zeros, and state the least degree it could have. Let's go with yeses and nos real fast for all 4 of these. What do you think? Can this be a polynomial function? Yes. Is it a smooth continuous curve? Yes. 25? No. 26? No. Okay. What are the zeros on 24? I know 24 is not assigned. -1 and +2, right? What least degree could this have? Because it's bouncing twice, yes? This is degree 4 or more. Okay, so you can answer for number 23. The zeros are at 3 of them, right? You write 3 blanks, you fill those numbers in. And what's least degree on 23? 3, because it has 3 zeros. Are you up to number 27 now? Okay. 27 and 28 have no, oh yes they do. All of these you have to come up with an equation, okay? I'm going to do 30 with you. On number 30, where are the zeros? -1, +1, and 2. Any of those we need anything special? Multiplicity 2. Love it. Multiplicity 2 right there. So what gets a squared? Okay. Now, it's y equals, and remember we did this on a quiz, it's got to go through what ordered pair can we tell that would help us find the k? 0, 1. So I should get a 1 out if I put in a 0. All right, I have 1 equals k times, this is 1, that's 1 when we square it, and that's -2. So k must be -1/2. Does that seem possible? Why? Why does it seem like it has to be a negative? It's opening down, right? Okay. So can you now do the 2 you need to do? This one has no, we just have what? Yes, okay. Because it goes through 0, 0, we can't determine the stretch. So you just need something like that and you're done, right? You want me to give you a minute to do 29? Okay. No bounces, so that's pretty easy. Is it the same thing again? -1/2 again? Okay. You good? All right. Look how much fun this is. Do you remember these? Okay, let's fill it in on your worksheet. A minus b cubed factors. A minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. Some of you remember your signs by using this. Whatever this started out with at the front, it's the same in the first parenthesis, then the opposite, and the last one is always positive. Same, opposite, always positive. I didn't teach it with that acronym. Someone gave it to me later. What would this be? Okay, so everybody got what they want on that slide? I am going to do number 38 and then 40. Neither one of those have cubics, do they? Here's a cubic, 36 and 34. I didn't assign either of those. All right, well, let's do 34, at least part of it. How does the top factor? I'm doing 34. X plus 1. Then how does it go? And the denominator? Okay. Any holes? No. What are the directions they were supposed to be doing here?
The vertical, horizontal,
Okay. I invented a new acronym. Okay. We have the end behavior asymptote, whatever it is. Does that sound okay? So there's no holes. Where are the vertical asymptotes? It doesn't say we have to do domain or intercepts or anything. Good deal. This is top heavy, yes? What do we have to do when it's top heavy? We have to divide. Guess what? I've been waiting all week for one where we have to use long division. Okay, guys, it's really going to be short. It's going to be short, I promise. What is the first thing we have to multiply by? And we get minus 5x squared plus 6x. Okay, we're subtracting or adding the opposite. There's nothing up here. There's 0x squareds and 0x's. So we get 5x squared minus 6x plus 1. So we need to multiply by plus 5. 5x squared minus 25x plus 30. But the rest is going to be what? Remainder, and we get to throw the remainder away. So what is the end behavior asymptote? What is the end behavior asymptote's equation? Nicely done. It doesn't have one. It only has a horizontal asymptote if it's, right, top heavy means none, so we find the end behavior. This end behavior asymptote, my new acronym, means whatever it is, whether it's horizontal or slant or other. This is a slant. Okay. I want to do 38. I know you don't hate. I'm doing evens. What's the top factor, guys? Yuck. Ugh. Well, 7 and 1 are my only choices. Eight, 4, 2, 4 and 2. 28 minus 2. Does that work?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was painful. Oh, why did I pick this one? There's a hole. Okay. Is there a vertical asymptote at 1/4? No, there's no vertical asymptote. The hole is at 1/4, comma. Is there a domain restriction if we were doing that? Yes, x cannot be 1/4. Okay, make sure you find your domain restriction before you cancel anything. Now, once I've written down any domain restriction, which it didn't ask us for in the first place, and I've started the hole, then I can simplify, right? Does anyone see any miraculous thing that just happened? It's just a line. Guess what the end behavior is? Y equals 2x plus 7. Do you want to have to go back and divide this? I promise that's what you'll get, okay? Now, we still got to finish the whole. Oh my goodness, we didn't get to, we're having so much fun. Okay.